First of all, good morning. Always good to see my man Chris Broussard up in there as well. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
Let me get right to this. I don't care what Frank Isola had to say. I don't care what Chad Ford had to say. None of them. They are fantastic at what they do. They know basketball inside out, nothing but love and respect. But everybody's missing the point about the New York Knicks right now. We understand that this kid Porzingis, he can play. His upside is tremendous. Chad Ford is absolutely right in terms of him being the best player available in some people's eyes, because that's what executives were telling me. What everyone is missing is that is not the point. The point is you're looking at 2 to 3 years before we see anything from this guy. We don't know how much time Phil Jackson has left, how much time Carmelo Anthony has left, etc. Phil Jackson took this job, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mike Greenberg, correct me if I'm wrong, Chris Broussard. Phil Jackson told us New York Knicks can compete for a playoff spot. It's the Eastern Conference. If we keep Melo, if we give him the $124 million, we'll be right there and proceeded to record the worst season in Knicks history. In Knicks history, recent history, looking at the New York Knicks, somebody with 11 championships actually came in and did worse. You got the job basically advertising that Mike Woodson could have done a better job with the talent that he had.
He's already pretty good. He might be the rookie of the year this year.
I don't think that's saying much.
Well, you got to embrace that. You got to say, well, at least we got that.
Well, again, don't get me wrong. Porzingis is, I like what I've seen. Yeah. And I'm not knocking Phil for it in that regard. What I'm saying is I don't want to hear about a 5-year rebuilding plan. We don't need you at $12 million a year if that's what you're doing. He's supposed to, that's why I work. Okay. I can live with that.
All right.
That's what I want to hear. Right. I want to hear 5 years. Do I look like I got 5 years?
Okay. But I'm seeing Dirk who can play some defense. That's what this kid is. No?
Dirk?
Yeah.
Did you just say Dirk?
I did say it. I just said it.
Oh, you just insulted Dirk Nowitzki?
Yeah, I didn't insult him.
Knicks rookie with at least 3 double-doubles in his first 7 games since
20
Patrick
years old.
Ewing.
He's 7'3" and can move. He better do something.
We got to move on. Wes Welker had finally...
Here's Porzingis at the buzzer.
Got it! Oh, KP!
Oh, my goodness.
If that counts, the Knicks will have stolen this game.
Looking at it on the replay monitor.
Oh, they wave it off.
Wow.
And the Knicks will not win this ball game.
Ooh, Kristaps Porzingis' game-winning buzzer beater versus the Hornets was waved off, but he finished with his 4th double-double in 9 career games. And according to Elias, he became the youngest Knicks player ever with 15 rebounds in a game. Stephen A., are you encouraged or discouraged by this loss?
No, I'm very encouraged by this guy. And you know, Phil Jackson is looking better and better as the season progresses. First of all, he had about 15 rebounds. Secondly, he shoots well from the free throw line. That's good. He can move. He's athletic. That's good. It seems to me that the only thing that he needs to work on is just bulking up, getting in the weight room, doing some squats, some bench presses, and things of that nature. But clearly he has the height already. He's not scared of the big moment. And the fact that Derek Fisher and those boys had him out there in that particular situation, I think speaks well for him. The 2 games prior to this, he only scored in single digits. I actually one of the 2, and he had shot 3 of 8 and 3 of 11 in both of those games. But he can hit free throws. He can move without the ball. He's athletic. He's got some heart. He's not scared. There's a tremendous upside. And I like what I'm seeing from him. I'm pleasantly surprised. I must admit that. It looks like Phil Jackson did the right thing here with that number 4 overall pick. It still remains to be seen because I'm watching Emmanuel Mudiay do his thing. And I understand that, you know, we got to look at Porzingis and give him some plus marks because Carmelo hasn't been playing that great. He shot 12 of 25 last night, finished with 25 points, but he's shooting 34% from the field on the season and 20% from three-point range. He can do better. And once he starts doing better, assuming he continues to get healthier and do his thing, that should open things up for Porzingis even more. But I must say that I'm very, very impressed with what I have seen thus far he's making a believer out of me in terms of his potential, Skip, because you just heard so much about how he's going to be, a 3 to 4 year project, because I never saw him play before coming in to the NBA. But you see what he's doing right now, and he's validating the faith that the Knicks have shown in him, averaging, 11-9 on the season as a rookie. I got to give credit where credit is due in that regard. I'm still not letting Phil Jackson off the hook, though, because he's getting paid $10 to $12 million a year to be the president, and it wasn't to draft and build this team over 5 years. It was because you were marquee, you had a level of cachet attached to your name, and you're supposed to be able to go out there and recruit somebody big time to come and play with Carmelo Anthony. You didn't give Carmelo Anthony $122 million to just be somebody that was on an average or below average team for the next 3 or 4 years. You're supposed to go out there and attract somebody. So I'm still not letting Phil Jackson off the hook in that regard, but I will let him off the hook with Porzingis because I'm impressed with what I'm seeing. I'm liking him more and more and more. I watched that game last night. He's impressing me.
You know what? I'm becoming a Knicks fan. It's like the weirdest thing.
Really?
Yeah, I can't help myself. I turned it on. I keep watching the score on .com, and then I say,
"You're trolling
them."
they're
I'm not trolling them.
I mean in a positive way. In a positive way.
And I'm seeing the score, and they're at Charlotte. Charlotte's decent this year, and I'm thinking, because Charlotte blew out the Bulls, remember, in Charlotte the other night. I thought, oh, okay, okay, I'm going to check this out. So I turned it on at halftime, and I can't quit watching it. And it's partially because of this kid, but I like the team. I look down the box score. I like Aflalo. I liked Robin Lopez until he let what's his name beat him, Cody Zeller at the end of the game. But I like the parts of the team. I'm not saying it can even make the playoffs, but it's fun to watch the Knicks now, mostly because of this kid. And I still say, I watched it in real time, and when Porzingis let the shot go, I thought it was away in time. I did. Maybe I'm rooting for the Knicks, but it looked like just split second it had left his hand. And if the tie goes to the runner in baseball, maybe it was like a tie with the buzzer. I thought they should give it to him, but then I watch it in slow motion. Maybe it was still barely touching his fingertips when red light goes off. It
was.
Yeah, it's very close, though. In real time, I thought it was good. His teammates thought it was good, and I liked the emotion. It's been so long since I saw the Knicks have, like, end-of-game emotion where they're hugging each other, and it was fun to watch. It was like, wow, the Knicks are happy. Well, how could that be?
They're back.
Yeah,
maybe.
I got to give some love to a few people. We all know how I go off about my New York Knicks.
Yeah.
They're making you listen. They're not an embarrassment.
Yeah.
They're competitive in practically every game. They're fighting. Derek Fisher's doing a good job. Kurt Rambis with Jim Clemens and those boys are doing a good job. These guys go out every single game. They're playing hard. They're going after it. They're not wilting beneath the pressure. It takes greatness to beat them in a lot of situations. I'm seeing a team that's fighting. I'm seeing a team that's feisty, and I'm actually looking forward to ending my boycott and going back to watch them again this year.
Wow.
I'm looking forward to it. I like. Well, listen, man. Listen, I've been suffering for years with the New York Knicks, with the exception of their 54-win season that Mike Woodson delivered. But I got to take a moment to give you. We know what Derek Fisher went through, at the start this season.
Yep.
Could have been a distraction. He's doing a good job.
He is.
Coaching staff is doing a good job. They're fighting. They're playing hard. And Porzingis can play. I mean, he's got an upside. There's reasons to go to the Garden now to watch this team play.
Yep.
And that's all I can ask for. I hope it continues. I hope I don't look like a damn fool where I'm hoodwinked into supporting them again and then they let me down with lackluster effort. I mean, I'm weary of that, Skip. You know how emotional I get with my Knicks. But I'm starting to feel good about them because they're fighting. They're fighting out there. They're feisty, and I like it.
Now, to the point you made about Carmelo, I'm a big fan. You're a big fan. You know him very well. I know him a little. I want to see him join the party a little bit more. Now, I will point out that in the third quarter last night, he just went crazy. He made 6 out of 8 shots. It was vintage Melo. Fourth quarter, pretty good, made 2 out of 4 shots. But in the end, when they gave him the ball, ISO, you just got, there was Marvin Williams, I can't remember who it was guarding him, and he lost the handle a little bit, couldn't get a hold of it, shot it from the side, from the baseline, and hit the side of the backboard. It's not what I want to see from Melo. I'm nitpicking here, but I'm just saying he at some point, he's got to turn back into the superstar who could carry a team that's pretty good to the last playoff slot, because he's good enough. Well, I think there's enough around him now with the kid and all the other little pieces. I think Carmelo can be good enough to carry this team into playoff contention. That's what I want to see.
I think you're right. I think that when you see the parts around him, if they continue to grow and play as feisty as they have been playing, this is a team that should win enough games to contend for a playoff spot if Carmelo does his job. So as long as Porzingis and the others continue to grow and play hard and be feisty, then we're going to look at Carmelo and say to him, what you got for us? You're right about that.
Okay. And here's my last question to you. I watch the Knicks telecast every night when I turn it on, and then I often watch the Knicks post-game with Serbiak and company, and I just want to get this straight, because this kid has brought us to the point where he is now good enough. I want to make sure we're saying his name correctly. I say Porzingis because that's what they say on the broadcast.
Yeah.
Is that what it is, or is it Zingis? Or,
Zingis?
Yeah, which way is it?
You know what? I've heard both, but last night I was watching and I heard it on the broadcast. This is Porzingis.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
So let's go with Porzingis.
So I'm going to go with Porzingis.
Let's go with Porzingis.
You are. Is that all right?
Porzingis.
Yeah,
I'm going to go with it.
I heard on the Van Pelt show late they were saying both. Zinger. You know,
Porzingis works for me.
Yeah. Well, it's time to whatever we're going to call him. We're going to be calling him that a lot, because he is proving he belongs in the National Basketball
Knickerbockers, we're encouraged. We just had a positive Knicks topic.
Yep.
This is amazing. All right.
Yeah. Miracles do happen.
They host the Cavs at the Garden. That's on Friday, so that'll be a good one. A tough test, of course. Moving on, though, another tough one in New York. Rex Ryan is back, but this time he is the enemy. No Rex excuses tonight for the Bills.
I like that
was good. Can they